Hey, how's it going, YouTube? It has been a minute, and I figured I would make this video about this topic that I've been thinking about for a minute. The topic is victimization and why you shouldn't allow your life to be structured around it. I think with alcoholism, there's so many times that it feels like almost like this is being done to you, like your life sucks and it's like, woe is me. And this isn't to not give validity to the things that are happening that, can kind of, warrant pity, but pity ultimately isn't going to get you anywhere. I used to feel very sorry for myself and think that, like, this sucks, my life sucks, why is this happening to me? Why can't my life just be easier or better or like that person's life or this person's life, But I was playing the victim. I was allowing myself to play the victim. And what that does is it takes the responsibility away from you. So rather than victimizing yourself and being like, this is happening to me, you have to realize that you're the only one that can change that. No one, I mean, there might be people that feel sorry for you or your predicament, but that isn't going to help you, So part of it is about removing the ego of all of that too, and just realizing that, like, life is so much less enjoyable and positive and fulfilling when you walk around feeling victimized all the time and feeling like things are happening to you. I think that we all know someone in our lives that plays this part all too often, that they do things that, consistently you look at them going like, come on, man, like, how do you not see that you're the one causing these things to happen in your life? But it's never their fault. I think with alcoholism, it's easy to fall into that pattern of being victimized, like, oh, like, I just can't do this and I can't do that and it's too hard and I'm just not like that. Yes, you are. You absolutely can do that, but you're allowing yourself to live in this bubble of victimization and just sloughing off the responsibility and ultimately the hard work. It's just won't get you very far and won't allow you to accomplish what you want. Rather than playing the victim, I would flip that coin. And so many of these things, I feel like, are kind of two sides of the same coin. Victimization is the opposite end of the spectrum of believing in yourself and knowing I can do it and I deserve it. You should realize that you deserve to have a good life and a happy life and one you're proud of. And just because you have to work at it doesn't mean that you don't deserve it, or that you have to work harder than others. But truly, usually that's just a perception in your mind, that you have to work harder than others. I mean, you don't know what everyone else is dealing with, But I would say at any time that you feel that you're allowing yourself to be the center of pity or a victim in your own mind, force your mind to go in the opposite direction and say, I believe in myself. I can do this, because you can. I really try to stress through these videos that all you have to do is want it and make it happen. Like, everything that we're doing right now, millions of people have already done this stuff. All these videos that I'm making, I'm not trying to trademark this shit. These are just concepts and ideas. And hopefully the way that I'm describing them to you and giving them to you might help you kind of like digest it a little bit better. I've realized that anything that you want in this life, you have to go for it, And that might sound familiar because many other people have said it. I have just gotten to this point in my life now where the words are coming from inside of me and I'm not just reciting something I've heard. Another thing I would like you guys to do is go back in my channel. I've left all my videos up from since I've had a YouTube in like 2008 or something. And those early videos are titled, How Drunk Can Kyle Get? And it's literally me just polishing off a half gallon of vodka by myself. And I've left all my old videos on there because I want people to be able to see that this is, that where I come from and the progression, but also to see that I'm just like anyone else, I'm just like you guys. And it's always the finished product that we show, if you think of like third place, second place, and first place as this like top tier of what we see, but underneath that is still a mountain of things that you had to go to get there, to just get this tiny little part that is showcased. And that's truly what people always want to look at, is the polished product, you know. But my whole thing is 100% transparency and a complete showing of how I got to where I am and what has worked for me and how my thought processes are. And if any of this resonates with you guys, then I want to be able to put it out there. But yeah, it actually kind of blew my mind, because I looked back at one of those videos and it's my most watched video. And I think it's like, how drunk can Kyle get, number 5 or something like that. One of those. And it has like over 5,000 views. And I was like, holy shit. Because I've only really looked at the ones that I've been putting out since I've gotten sober. But if you kind of look at those two things, just don't forget that that's the same person. That's just me a little bit ago. I mean, granted, the earlier ones are from, you know, like 8 or 9 years ago, but I drank like that for a long, long time. But yeah, point of the story, or point of the video, don't allow yourself to play the victim. I'm not saying that being a victim doesn't happen. You can absolutely become a victim of a certain scenario, but it's way less often than you think. And when you understand that the universe is just this kind of chaotic place that we just happen to be floating around in, you realize that it's not for you. Really, that's kind of egotistical to think that like it's all happening to you. It's like life just happens and we're just a part of it, you know, and you just learn to deal with it. You see how other people deal with it and other people don't, you know. For the most part, I would imagine most of you are able-bodied, and the biggest problem is the drinking. So what about someone who is, you know, let's say doesn't have the use of their legs and is able to get sober, you know? It's like, because if you were in your position and then you also lost your legs, it would be really easy to be like, well then fuck all this, right? Screw this. But there are people out there that are already in that position and then still coming around and seeing the joy in life, seeing the things, the reasons for why they want to make that progress. So there's no reason why you shouldn't be able to. And truly, you are dealt the hand that you're dealt in life, but then it is up to you and whether or not how you're going to perceive that and how it will affect your life. Because the way I think anyway is that I know for certain that I have this one life, and I'm going to make it as good as I possibly can. And through getting sober, I've realized that part of making my life beneficial is trying to make other people's lives beneficial. And I implore you to try to do the same thing, because it may come across as altruistic. I don't believe in the truest sense of the word that altruism is humanly obtainable. At the end of the day, you're doing a little bit of it for yourself, you know, even for just reasons, you know. But, and once again, just my personal beliefs and concepts, but it feels wonderful to help people, you know. I mean, part of the reason why I share these things is because people tell me that it helps them, and that makes me feel good. So part of it is that I absolutely want to help people, and the other part is that it makes me feel good doing it. And I don't think that's a bad thing at all. Like, it's a very healthy reciprocation, very healthy symbiotic relationship that the two things have. Lastly, really quick before I let you guys go, I got more work done on my back. It's almost finished, so I'm going to show that to you really quick. See if I can get this all in this shot. I'm going to pull a little dirty dancing move really quick for you. So I can't really see if you guys can get all that, but that is Mr. Hyde, Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde, and then it forms the skull, so I have a little bit more work right here. It's going to come down, but I absolutely love it. I hope you guys are able to kind of see that. But anyway, just leave it off. I'm going to end the video. Thank you very much for watching, you guys. I always appreciate all the love and the comments, and I'm glad and humbled, really, that I can ever help anyone. So please like, share, subscribe, share this with anyone that you feel like it might help. And as always, stay sober.